Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ni hao, neke def, bonjour, booni, assalamu alaikum, all that good stuff. Okay. Meet me back here in a couple of seconds. Grab your drink, your wine, whatever you need to be comfortable in the environment you're in. Do that, and I'm going to do the same because I caught myself off guard. I meant to do the countdown, but whatever. Anyway, see you guys in like a couple of seconds. I'll do the intro and I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so the universe told me to do this video. That's basically, I only do videos when the universe tell me anyway. I don't really get into all that, and I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes they tell me and I don't, but I do get crucified for it. Best believe that. Mhm. I definitely pay for it. But this topic um, was channeled to me, and it's about why I started being my own leader and why it's not good to follow other people. Okay, so this is my first time sharing this. I think I mentioned it before, but however, I'm not really a swimmer. And when I moved to Florida for college, I got in the pool by myself, and the universe taught me how to swim. I didn't know it was like the breathing, you turn your head, and I mean, the universe was just like telling me all of that. So I end up learning how to swim a little bit better. But even though I almost drowned, what I thought I did, but they didn't give me a chance to try to, save myself or whatever. They immediately act, which I'm glad they did. But however, I'm not really a swimmer. And I said that to say, I learned years ago, not even as a teenager, before a teenager. And I learned and was told by my mother that it's not good to follow people because the follower is the one that always get caught. Okay, so growing up, we never really needed for nothing. We always was good, and if it wasn't, my mom was good at hiding it, but we always had. And I'm talking about stuff that nobody in our neighborhood had. So this one, my mother kidnapped us from our father because I didn't want to stay with her. I wanted to go with him. So that's kidnapped to me. Oh, but I don't have a voice because I'm a child at that time. That it. Anyway, so um, we end up. My mother went through this program to get away from my father because remember this was in the 70s. So this was around the time where they were pushing the fathers out of the household by giving women shelter, you know, um, stuff like that. So we end up in the project. Not long, thank God. Okay, I think we stayed in the projects for like 4 years, if that. Not even 5 years. It wasn't even 5 years because I remember I was in the first grade when I went there, and I was in the fourth or fifth grade. I was in the fourth grade when we moved. No, I know I went to junior high school when we moved to North Philly. So yeah, but we didn't stay there long. Thank God. And so while we were there, you know, living there, I was a tomboy, and I was hanging with this other tomboy, Patricia. I don't forget her name at Fifth and Washington. Shout out the project at Fifth Washington. Back in the day. Okay. But yeah, so back then my mom was like letting us go anywhere. I guess because we lived around a lot of Caucasian people and she didn't think anything was going to happen to us. I don't know, but this is the project. I don't know. She just let us go wherever we wanted to go. So I wasn't understanding that, but now that I'm older, I do because my mom was selling drugs for a long time before we even knew my mom was selling drugs. Okay. So yeah, she was discreet about it for years. Okay. And so we end up from Fifth of Washington, we end up all the way at the gallery. We young bucks, we walked all the way down there. We was having fun, being reckless, doing all kinds of little stuff we don't have no business doing. So we get to the mall. I never forget this one day. No, before let me backtrack. Patricia came with some stuff. I forget what it was that she had. And I was like, oh, where you get that from? And she told me how she got it. I was like, oh, I want to go. I want to, shoot, if you could take stuff and get stuff like that, I want to go. Mind you, I don't know anything about stealing, that you shouldn't steal. I knew nothing about none of that because my mother didn't say, oh, do not steal. I don't think she thought that we would do that. Plus, we had. Anywho, so that's when we went the next day. So I had my little bag. So let's back forward now. Okay, I had to add that part. Go back and add that part. So I never forget. I had a duffel bag. It had one strap. Okay, and then it had the handles, and it was cranberry, and like it had black, white, and gray. Far as the handles, you know how the handles are. Not the handles, but the fabric around the handles and the strap. So I'm going in the dressing room. Mind you, I seen these little cute. I never forget what this bathing suit looked like. It had white, pink. It was the base of it was white. Then it would have one arm in the joint. It had one arm, and then you had the other arm where it was just out, like crisscross, like going across the chest. And then it had ruffles, pink ruffles, and the base was white, and it would have pink and it was like green or like blue. So I didn't know nothing about shopping for clothes because my mom always bought my clothes. I was like, how old was I? We was like a good 8 or 9 years old. I was, and yeah, between 8 and 10. But so right, so I got my bag. I'm like, we gonna rack up. So I go in the dressing room, and mind you, I'm picking stuff like it's okay. Like it's okay to go up in this store. And I mean, I'm just shopping like I got money, right? So then I go up in here, and I'm like, look, I don't know which one to get. So I bought different sizes. So I stole two of them. Well, tried to steal two of them. So I put them in my bag. Everybody else taking their stuff. I don't even know. I remember Patricia putting her stuff in my bag, and the other person, I forget who else was with us. And I don't think my brothers and them put. I don't know, but everybody put their shit in my bag. So I'm holding the bag. So we walking, we up the, we get going, Gary, go to the escalator and everything, and somebody grabbed us. We was in Strawbridge's or Macy's, and somebody grabbed me and said, "Come with me, miss." Now, mind you, I'm the only one with the bag, so I'm the only. I'm gonna get in trouble. Okay, I don't even know how much this stuff came up to. So they end up calling my mom, and my mom, she was hardcore. She was like, "I don't give a damn. I ain't coming to get them." She'll let us sit and suffer until they threaten, to, you know, um, penalize her for neglect or whatever that those rules were back then. So she finally came and got me. And mind you, my mother is mental health, and at the time she was a lot of other things. But she was cool. I ain't gonna, for the most part, my mom was cool as hell. I will say that. She just got some shit with her, some shit that just need to get rid of. She needs some healing. But we all do, right? But she was very, very abusive. Like, my mom was real abusive, and especially towards me. And I thought it was because I looked just like my father, but the ancestors also told me that it's jealousy too. So I'm 48, just realizing that my mother is jealous of me. That's crazy. But it's all of it, things happen. Anyway, so I never forget it had like these thick iron doors or whatever. And it was like one little teeny weeny window. I know for a fact my mom was on the phone, like, put her in the worst cell, da 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 da. Cause it wasn't, no bars. It was like a motherfucking door. Like, so I say, oh, she must have told them to put me here. Now that I think of it, but I didn't think about that then. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm all by myself and I'm looking around and all these people that I was following, cause my brother was a thief, so he was with it. I wasn't, and I'm still not, right? But I learned a lot from that, and that's what stopped me from being a thief, you know. And this was when I was younger. So trust me, you can set $1 million around me. I'm not stealing shit. Believe me when I tell you. But I will ask for some. But if you don't give it to me, I don't give a fuck. Like, but I'm not gonna steal your shit. Okay. I'm too scared. So my mother didn't even whoop my ass that day. She seen the fear in my face. The fear. But imagine if I would have kept following this girl. Either I would have been a pro at stealing, but pros get caught too, especially when you're doing things you're not supposed to do, you know? So at the age of 8 or 10, I learned not to follow nobody. Not to let nobody talk me into something that is against me. And then on top of that, I'm taking bathing suits and I can't even fucking swim. I could not. I still put me in some water and you push me in some water and I might try to kill your ass. Dead ass. Don't fucking touch me. Don't play with me around no water. Don't do none of that shit. I'm not with it. I don't even go on yacht parties or nothing like that. It's not that I've never been invited to none or can't go to none. I just don't want to go. But that's the perfect fucking murder. With all the mouth I have, somebody gonna throw my ass overboard. Okay. And I'm honest. Oh hell no. Not me. No, 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 no. I don't. I try not to put myself in situations where I'm gonna be vulnerable. So yeah, but don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about this video. You know, having some sense, because if you start talking stupid, I will curse you out. But I learned a lot from that, and it might not sound like nothing to y'all, but to me, if that wouldn't have never happened, if I wouldn't have never got caught, I probably would have been dead somewhere, a whole felon for stealing. If I'm gonna be a felon, I'm gonna be a felon for kicking ass, not for stealing. Okay. So at a young age, I learned not to follow nobody. Even and I'll tell another story. I remember years ago, because you can't pay me to get on a roller coaster. Period. Every roller coaster I almost got on, just about, I almost fell out of. And I never forget this day. One day I was holding my wig and my titties at the same time, letting my cousin talk me into and dragging me on a ride. Not, because I didn't have a good feeling. And little did anybody know, I almost lost my life a couple of times on those rides, trying to follow people. If it don't resonate, if it don't feel right, don't do it. Say no. You got to learn how to rebuttal. You got to learn how to you might not be a liar, but learn, and you might not be slick, but learn how to do that to get yourself out of a situation. That's when you use that shit. Now I ain't no liar, but if I gotta lie, I'm gonna get out some shit. And that means lying for somebody else. When it come to me, I'll be like, yeah. I did it, you know, so it's a little different, but I'm just saying. I have done it before. I'm not gonna say it. I never, ever, ever lied in my life. Yeah, I did, but I don't like it. It don't make me feel right, and God always get me for it. So you guys do stuff and you don't think nothing of it, but I analyze it and I see the chastising when I go against the grain. Um, how prosper God is pay say, prosper God is pay say, the rebellious, okay? Rebellious. So yeah, when you rebellious, you do get chastised, and I've gotten chastised. And I now that I'm older and more and actually spiritual and walking into this beautiful, beautiful energy, I'm learning that, this is this, that's that. So I'm learning, like I'm learning a lot without nobody. And I'm not saying that the ancestors are going to teach me everything. No, they're going to bring people uh good and bad. You know, I just pray that I don't fail, because I want to do right. I don't want to do evil, unless I'm defending myself or others, because I'm a Leo. I'm protective. So that means, you could be my home girl, my homeboy. You could be a little cat, and we cool. It's going down for real. My circle. If you're around me, you ain't even gotta be in my circle. Just in my presence. Anyway, let's leave that alone because that's other stories on top of other stories. But I learned not to follow other people. Now, if I wouldn't have followed her, I would have never went to jail for that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's my little story. Oh shoot, I did it for 20 minutes. Hey, so no, I'm trying to do short videos, but I've been through so much and I'm so wise. Like a short video is like disrespect to me. But anywho, y'all stay safe. What is love without love and laughter? Even if you gotta hug yourself. A pillow, your cat, a loved one, whoever. And remember, stay safe and get smarter. Until the next video.